Tips on proofwriting part 5. Just ending with what I was saying in the last video of the colors used. Using the 3 different colors help us indicate the connection between the given, what we have to prove, and the steps in between. This helps for long proofs. The final proof that I'm going to show you in this series is more on using the congruent triangles. On page 131, number 10, there is an extra given that was omitted. And so if you notice, if you look at number 10, I crossed out or I whited out the information that I don't need so that it doesn't mess me up. So if you're doing number 9, I suggest that you do that first. You're not going to need all the given. All right. Green pen, given. LM, congruent to LN. KM, congruent to KN. Blue, middle, based off given. And red, what I have to conclude. So I'm going to go ahead and start from the end, what I have to conclude. We want angle MLO to be congruent to angle NLO. That's going to imply that LO bisects MLN. Now in order to have that, we need triangle LMK congruent to triangle LNK. Now looking at the connection between the green, the given, and the middle step, we have that. We have both of these triangles congruent by side, side, side. So that's going to be true. That checks my idea of what I had to do. Now for this one, this wasn't as complicated as the last one, so really I could see easily the given and what I could base off of the drawing, and then what I can conclude based off of that. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my proof. This is in backwards order. So in order to prove this, I need to prove this first. So I'm going to go ahead and number what I need to do first in the proof, and then what should be after that. Now, the givens I need all at once, and so I'm going to write them all down in one step. After the givens, my next idea is to prove these 2 triangles congruent, and so I need LK congruent to itself. Then we have the 2 triangles congruent. And then we have the 2 angles congruent by the definition of congruent triangles. You can also use CP/CTC. And then I've worked through the 2 ideas that I had, and now I know that I can write what I need to prove. All right, so now I went through that pretty quickly, so I'm just going to review. Using the given, marking the given with green on the drawing. Looking at what we need in order to prove is in red, and I wrote it down on the need. Now in order to prove that, there's something else that has to happen first. We have to have these 2 triangles congruent. And therefore I used the blue to show that we need LK congruent to itself. That's the last corresponding sides to be congruent in order to prove these two triangles congruent. Numbering what we need in order of logic so that I can put them, so I know that I need to put them in the correct order in my proof. Once I have this and I'm satisfied that I've thought through the proof, I can write the given, I can write the steps needed to prove the triangle is congruent, I can write the conclusion that I need based off of the triangles congruent that I know will give me what I ultimately have to prove.